So Israel now has a ceasefire in place with Lebanon on the northern borders. It's focusing on Hamas on the southern borders. And of course, there's conversation about what next for Iran, as the stage is now set for Donald Trump to be in White House from the 20th of January 2025. At the same time, India-Israel relationship, that's also set to be taken to the next level. And with me here in India today is Nir Barkat, the Minister for Economy and Industries. Minister, welcome on India Today.
Shalom, Gaurav.
Shalom. What brings you to India? How are India-Israel relationship being taken forward now?
Well, I was invited by Piyush, the Minister of Economy, to be part of a conference that started today. And it's my second trip here to promote doing more business between Israel and India. And I'm very optimistic. I think what India is going through, the growth, the scale, and Israel with its innovation, there's lots of room for really strong win-win relationships.
A win-win relationship between India and Israel. We've seen it in the field of security, but defense, security, technology, armament, you're now taking it to a different level and beyond this, whether it's cyber security, that's one area where you have brought about a lot of change, not just as the former mayor of Jerusalem, but that's your area of expertise.
Well, Gaurav, if you look at where we excel in Israel, it has a lot to do with tech. Agro-tech, food tech, desert tech, health tech, security, classic high-tech, of course, business to business, business to consumer. And what we find is the scope, the scale of almost 1.5 billion people here in India is a great, not just a destination for sales, but collaboration and relationships. Israelis are good. We're very tiny. We're less than 10 million people. And we rely on local partnerships to create more win-win, to guide our companies how to do business here. And even where we're beyond, what I found this trip is that Indian companies are not just looking at India. They've become really strong globally. So it makes that collaboration even way over and beyond much, much more attractive. And I'm very happy to tell you that I see more and more collaboration between the two countries, the businesses between the two countries.
So what are key areas where you're focusing on? Because I know farmers from Nagpur and in fact across Maharashtra, farmers from Maharashtra travel to Israel to know more about desert farming, and that's something that they've benefited from immensely. I've seen desert farming myself in the Negev desert, of course, while covering the counter-terror operations in the southern part of your country. But is that one of your key focus areas?
Certainly, we've created a new field called desert tech.
Desert tech.
Technologies improve quality of life in deserts. How to create more productive food, shortage of water. How do you manage water, create water, distill water, and energy, and quality of life. How do you live in a desert? These are actually, because our southern part of our country, in the Negev, is one of the most advanced deserts in the world. Lots of innovation in that field. So I know that the Indian government is really interested in this, plus agriculture and security. I think that after this round of violence in our region, after this war, everyone's saying, hey, what does Israel have? We want it. And we share that with our friends. And India is certainly one of the friends we share. Better security, better technology. You know, I always say that Israel has really good government-to-government relationships between Modi and Netanyahu, and between the two governments. We have really good people-to-people relationship. Israelis love to come to India and vice versa. And that's why it's a classic infrastructure to have more better business-to-business relationships. The people-to-people and government-to-government form better business-to-business.
But is Israeli technology affordable? Because many in India say that while there's scale, if technology is very expensive, then it doesn't become that much affordable for farmers here, for example, if it's desert tech or even if it's cybersecurity.
Well, that's the challenge. I think the challenge we have is to make it attractive for people here in India. We have to compete here and we have to play by the rules, what's accepted here. And that's why that partnership between Indian business people that understand how to market, how to sell, leverage the technology in a way that is scalable for 1.5 billion people here. And by the way, when we're successful in India, automatically you become successful in Africa, in Asian, and other places around the world.
So global south, if it works in India, it works for the global south.
Even beyond that, even beyond that, yes.
How does IMEC, are you also talking IMEC, the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor, the Haifa port, the access to Europe and then the US, is that also a part of your conversation here?
Yeah, certainly, you just mentioned it. It goes through Israel. And we're already planning both ports on Bet She'an, which is to the Jordanian part, and Haifa to the European part, and everything in the way. Of course, we'd love to collaborate. Israel, look at what we do. We export health, agriculture, security. We export and we solve problems of the world. We're part of the world. We want to see a better world. Okay, what does the jihadi export? Terror, terror, terror. That's what they export. Iran and its proxies. So I think that we've collaborated, and I have to say one more thing about India. India, the relationship we have with India creates huge opportunities. You know, I was in business before. I was mayor. I'm a high-tech entrepreneur. And I see how India is fast, not just growing domestically, but it's creating influence around the world. You see more and more Indian companies become a major player in the global marketplace, which gives Israeli companies a really good edge. It's not just the local market, which is bigger than Africa, you know, triple the amount of people than all of Europe put together. But the fact that you've become a major hub, a major player in the global market gives you an opportunity to do things you did not do in the past. And I think from the Israeli part, we must expand the collaboration, focus on a potential free trade agreement for the benefit of people that do business together. Because it's not just for Israel, it's not just for India. The collaboration will help us both scale very fast.